do it. So I guess which one we start with? I'm sharing my screen, by the way.
I don't really mind, honestly.
And maybe damage dealer since the Oxy's attack is only has
Since
2
this one
possible
is
positions.
easy.
Just instant.
You mean we start with that?
Yeah.
Alright, that's one thing done, I guess. Yeah, I mean, do you guys have an argument for like Zerina above him, or is it fine this way?
No, not really, especially after the.
I don't really
Yeah,
have a
I think
preference.
Serena is better on Gauntlet, but on other modes, the
Yeah.
Oxy is better.
I mean,
Yeah,
the-
like impervious and status immunity.
and the
Well,
AO sync
Impervious
is
is not necessary because the Oxy has downside up, but you have the better book, Master Pass, stats immunity, mixed damage.
yeah, it's pretty stupid. Alright. I did move out Ethan from Uber. I wasn't really satisfied with it. And plus there is someone else now, so I think that's fine, right?
Yeah.
What do we do about Blue getting an EX?
Doesn't matter that much, does it? Because he usually doesn't EX because like the value
He
gets
can.
isn't that.
Yeah, some sun stuff.
Like,
I mean,
yeah.
it doesn't matter too much, but maybe argument for Wally.
It makes it more accessible, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine. Like I was gonna drop Wally for other reasons anyway, but yeah, like ahead of Wally is fine, but probably not ahead of Olivia Barry in
Oh
general.
yeah, that's fine. We can do this way, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he can nuke, but only on type.
Oh yeah, it's
He's
only
off
on type.
nuke.
I
Yeah.
mean, do you prefer Wally or Blue?
No, I still think this is
All
fine.
in all, you know.
I still think this is fine. Yeah, just keep it that way.
I think
I still
I
think
prefer him
I think it's
slightly.
fine, yeah.
I don't mind it too much, but like to be honest, I think Zinnia is better than both. But okay.
I mean, Zinnia for me is, but whatever, you know what I mean. It's just a bias. She does have the crit requirements, but honestly, that's pretty
Her
much.
range is better.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Yeah.
we both know she's. I mean, she's fine there, in my opinion.
Yeah, just.
The Queen.
Yes, this one.
Around there.
Like I said initially, I would put her like around like Silver Giovanni, and I think the issue with this is like because similarly to Zarina, the AOE downside is largely alleviated since Fanuc just kills everything now anyway. But
Yep. I mean, plus it's still
does
strong
she-
DPS overall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is more that she needs Courtney to reach that insane nuke that's like red levels.
Mhm.
But Courtney
she needs
herself,
both.
and Sen. But Courtney herself without Mega is not doing much.
Mhm. I mean, you know my feeling about zones and stuff. I think Cynthia with just Sand is already pretty solid. Like Courtney, just an extra option, in my opinion.
Yeah, the problem is that without Ground Wish, she's not exactly that strong. She's strong, but
I get what you mean.
her range is not anything insane.
Let's compare to Silver. How does it compare?
I think Silver's better because he said Sun.
Oh yeah, I
Silver
didn't
is
mean
more
like in terms of
just
unit,
set
but
up,
the
yeah.
range of the nuke.
Silver
Without
her nuke,
you can't compare it at all. Just
Down
can't
to
compare it at
Silver
all with
has
Silver
around
can't
the
nuke on his own
Ground
as
Wish
well. Without like an Excel. Because Sun runs out on his own.
Yeah,
So
you
that
can
could
if you consider Sun for Cynthia, you consider another partner for Sun on Silver, of course.
Yeah, that's fair then. I think.
Yeah,
it's
but
about the same then.
the main comparison is again about the range. I
Damn it.
think Rupa's asking about the range.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
asking
same.
Ropalm about the range, if he knows.
Yeah, dude. Silver always has better nuke because a Dauntless Silver has around the same nuke as a Ground Wish Cynthia on Sen. But DPS, Silver Dauntless is slightly lower than Percent Cynthia.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as she clears
I think
outside.
Silver is better because Cynthia needs 2 partners to reach it, go beyond.
Yeah. In my opinion, this order. I mean, saying silver is better is fine for me. Like in all. I'm just not really sure where you want to put her around the Brendan and Giovanni people.
Because Brandon also needs 2 partners, right, for optimal performance. But like, it's
Yeah, I
just
mean, kind of
collective value
same as
better is the
Cynthia.
thing.
I would mention that Mewtwo is the less
I feel like Giovanni
self-sufficient
also
of
needs
them.
to.
It's not special.
Yeah.
Because he only needs. I mean, it doesn't know. If you want to consider it all, he can want Psychic Terrain and Death Drops and special attack.
Drops, yeah.
I feel this could be fair to put her here.
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, just let me check Brandon again, but I think Brandon's probably better overall. I think they both needed to units.
What I like about Brandon is that you can kind of mix up things if you want to go nuke, no nuke, sun, blah blah blah. You know,
Yeah.
You know my feeling about flexibility. I feel is Cynthia will always want
regardless,
to
but
send.
yeah. Yeah, I guess being more independently of partners and provide more value than Cynthia, where Cynthia is always attached to a partner in some degree. Well, he's less attached now because of Haymaker, but like Haymaker without Sand or Ground Zone is not particularly excellent. I think that's fairly accurate for the time being.
Yeah, I mean, that's a first draft. Do we want to do any sort of moving up or moving down here, or some sort of stuff like that?
For the time being, no, but I think let's discuss miscellaneous points after we finish ranking everything, which is I think after Noland.
Because I think there is a slight, I know you and I don't really like that guy, but there is a slight argument for people would prefer him there. But let's figure out later, that's fine.
Let's figure it out later, like.
Well, mid list. Is there anything you want to change? I was pretty happy with what we did last time, so.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yep.
Not seeing anything too off.
Yeah, nothing seems off with that order for the time being. Like, we have to change Zinnia, I remember, because she got her Mega now, but like, that's the only other thing.
I forgot that. To be fair, I don't know if it's an unpopular take or whatever. I feel unfortunately it's not the best buff. I mean,
yeah, it's not.
I don't see really much interest to mega her in weather teams in general, and I mean Dragon Ascent.
Well, to be fair, she gets another 20% now, so the range is higher, but she kind of gets stuck between, again, the Dauntless Weather Surge debate is more pronounced because of the special attack buff rather than attack buff. So she is more incentivized to Meteor by the Mega, but she
how
has
does
to pick
she
between
handle Dragon Ascent drops, by the way? She doesn't, right?
I don't think she does.
Yeah.
Unless
she resets with her Mega.
Yeah, but it's before. So that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has that's her trainer move debuffs, but not Dragon Ascent.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she has to get stuck with the debuffs. It's kind of annoying.
I mean, it's not too
I mean,
annoying, but it's annoying for stuff like Gauntlet, where you might take sync and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. That mode is just longer in general, so you get more debuffs.
Yeah, she has fresh start, but that's enough about it.
There is the possibility of running Weather Warrior on Draco if you have SS Chris,
I was about to
but
say
only
if
her.
you, yeah, I was about to say if you literally spam SS Chris stuff. Honestly, she can do that, but I mean, it's
With
kind of
Chris, Zinnia is quite insane because her nuke
yeah.
gets really strong too with Weather
And then our
Warrior.
next Draco Meteor gets all the
Yeah,
buffs.
it's
You
the
can even
same
stack
old like
buff by
Chris
doing.
Lucas Dragon.
You can stack buffs by doing like random Dragon Ascent and stuff while waiting on special attack buffs to stack. Well, I mean,
I'm
that's
pretty sure as long as Lucas is around, like the incentive to use Dragon Ascent doesn't exist because I'm pretty sure Outrage
yeah.
would do more.
Well,
Yeah.
But
do keep in mind, I agree with that. Do keep in mind, it still plays in. It gives her a new option. I agree, it's not too relevant. I mean, I even started saying that. But yeah. Do
Yeah,
we?
it's not like groundbreaking like silver.
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't fix a majority of her problems. Like her Dragon Ascent builds are inferior to Dragon builds because of the compositional weight.
Mhm.
Because Skyla is your partner and it's powerful, but like again, it's relying on only her as the main source of offense
Yeah.
rather than
I mean, Skyla
the
SS
dual.
Chris is pretty cool comp, but then why you don't run that guy, for example? So yeah. Or even that guy,
As
but
a
we'll see.
correction, Dragon Ascent is stronger than Dragon's own Outrage because
Okay.
the DP difference.
Yeah, that,
Oh,
that would make
okay.
sense.
The more
But then again, you're stuck with the I should mega, losing an EX support or another nuke or, Yeah, I mean, do we want to move her up? I mean, does anyone have a suggestion? Like, I think she can safely move up above the queen, but do we want to move
I
up?
think the thing about Zinnia is I think the thing about Zinnia is like how much weight are we placing on the sync in terms of its value? Because she technically we used to kind of see her as a mono DPS with a lot of weather flexibility, but now she's kind of like the sync has value now, even beyond Mega itself.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it already gained value with the EX, in my opinion.
with the EX, yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's fine. Maybe she moves
I think
around those.
top of
I mean,
A, maybe middle of A, like below Diantha.
below Diantha, yeah, in between those.
Yeah.
What do you guys
Yeah,
feel?
I think dual Diantha is fine because like again, Diantha has a similar cost, similar mega cost, similar value, whereas
Yeah, I think
Phil
they compare as well.
has better sufficiency, but it's more static in terms of the value. Yeah, if that works. Yeah.
To Zinnia without Dragon Zone similar to Diantha.
Okay.
No. Is it similar to Diantha without Dragon Zone? Like, is the range that good now?
Well, her nuke will
Because
be
as far as I
better
remember, like
until
Zinnia
totally max
without
devastation.
zones PP was kind of low. Like not that low, but then like, which is what we usually assume, yeah. Because playing the Diantha without devastation diminishes a lot of her value to me, but
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
Depends how much you're considering SS Chris, because Draco meter with Weather Warrior is around
Bad, but it's
Mega
the
Moon
best.
Blast.
So
I think Zinnia is better.
I mean,
be
if you
honest.
consider Zinnia with SS Chris, you consider Diantha with like BD and whatever support works the best as well.
Yeah,
right?
but Zinnia will...
Yeah.
You. I mean, I'm fine with any. You prefer to lead that tier?
I think Zinnia is better because
I'm not
even
against
if
it
we
actually.
consider B,
I'm all for it personally.
Diantha will still have a slow setup. Zinnia will cover weather with her support.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we have
and Zinnia has the potential to go beyond that because Dragon's on Zinnia
we have
with
those
Chris is
three guys.
much better than Diantha. So she has the potential to go
Brendan
beyond.
as well
and
to an
without.
extent.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Brendan as well, like sort of, because of the Spidef drops.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm fine with that. I don't really care too much. I think she
Yeah, I'm fine
doesn't
with
like
that
she doesn't
too, yeah,
skyrocket
because-
like suddenly. She leading
Yeah.
A is fine for me.
Do you want to H Dragon Ascent too? Because it is quite powerful.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
quite powerful on its own. But compositionally, is there merit to running it over like Dragon Zone or?
Well, I
But are
think
there weather comps that
similar to
accommodate?
Dragon Zone, but I think there is merit.
yeah, it's an extra option that is
Yeah.
really, not like poop. It's not aerial ace.
Like, it's not outright better than Meteor.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that makes Zinnia quite good, much better than Diantha, because Dragon Ball Saint with just weather is much stronger than
Yeah, her
Midwest.
range is better except the nuke essentially. But yeah, even the
Yeah,
nuke
but I
is
mean,
kind of
if
competitive with like
you, the
other.
point is you mega early, so the nuke isn't it's a cool assets, but it's not like the main feature. You're mostly doing it to mega evolve, and then you have the decent AoE nuke with it. It's not like the point
Well,
of
for
it.
what it's worth, I think another important point is that Dianfa is relying on Mega. She has a Mega cost for a lot of her damage. Zinnia doesn't. Zinnia can play without
Yeah,
Mega just fine,
I agree.
as she has. Yeah, so I guess that's another point to her as well.
I mean, Ropam seems a
Okay.
little higher than us on her. Do you want her to be towards the end of A+ instead?
I don't think because I'm kind of getting higher on her literally right now, looking at her numbers
Yeah,
again.
yeah. I mean, that's the point.
Dragon Ball Saint really increases her versatility because it is the better option if you're running her zoneless, but you still cover the weather because she hits like
Yeah, that's kind of clear.
the rain Zekrom with Dragon
I
Saint
mean,
just
I've
with
always liked Zinnia kind of compositional flexibility, and it's another one, added on top of what she was before. Oh, but honestly, I'm up for that. I don't think she can go like much higher. But,
The I think we need to consider like Bea and Hilbert because like I think Bea in particular is more indiscriminate, but her range also has a cap and she's kind of a one trick, so her versatility isn't that high, but she has the consistency in what she does for her nuke. Her DPS isn't that great, but nuke is there. But do
yeah.
you think the extra damage is worth that self-sufficiency? Like the same way we weigh something like Leon, yeah, very low self-sufficiency, but TP is high. I think Zinnia kind of has that connotation now as well. Like, do you want to view it that way in the sense that yeah, the PP is now that high that yeah, investing resources is more worth than more self-sufficient things.
I think I still prefer those three above her for what we've mentioned, but
I guess it's a tiering difference because again, it's probably something that I imagine Ropa will adopt. But
yeah,
you
maybe
wait for
on Ropom's list she could at least pass those two. I mean, I've something like this.
Yeah.
Is it what you would do, Ropom?
I haven't decided yet. Because Hala, like, her range is much better than Hala. Her zoneless damage, her sync
Yeah, but
zoneless
Hala
is
isn't
around.
there because of her damage though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hala
but
isn't there because
Hala
of her
is
damage.
just you throw in a team and he's ready because he self set ups in 3 turns.
Yeah.
But I think on your list, at least bottom way plus is deserving.
You know what? I'm really hesitating between above and below those two.
I do think Hilbert is more indiscriminate, but consider the recoil as a drawback. Is it too heavy a drawback? Because the nuke being that much stronger, but the DPS having that caveat of unreliability despite its strength is.
I think Hilbert's own DPS is about to Zinnia zoneless.
Is it? Like, assuming a set now,
Let's check
remember
again.
the mega cost because like I think without zone, the value you get from the mega in itself outside of Dragon Ascent is quite diminished. So like you don't hamper the team per se,
Go
but like
around
you
Hala's
hamper the
range.
team. Hala is like around what Bea does most of the time. Slightly lower if you have no like wind up, which some teams don't really get wind up at. But Hala buff mainly because hail kind of increases his
So,
damage a
some
fair margin. But
something I want to point about BA that I was relatively high on her historically, but over time her value kind of decreased for me because her self-sufficiency is mostly in the sharpentry thing. And honestly, when you have Sonya, Aaron, Hilbert, whoever, Hop,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
Mars opened up on her.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I honestly just dropping Sharp 8 at this point and running
Yeah,
something
no,
else.
you know what I mean. Like, it's
yeah,
a
most people
form of
drop sharp entry
self-sufficiency is
for
not
soften up. Yeah.
the most relevant support that appreciate that she can do that is mainly Caitlyn, in my opinion. So,
Yeah.
cool stuff, but that's about it.
So I just
Yeah.
checked here. Zoneless Zinnia nuke is about zoneless Furbet nuke, and zoneless Zinnia DPS is about Furbet's zone DPS. But that's counting Zinnia already having weather. Furbet doesn't need weather.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay.
Wait. With like Haymaker, like really? Or is it
Yeah,
because of
with
the attack gap? Yeah,
Wait,
attack gap is actually that high. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she gets the 20%. Yeah, attack gap is actually quite high. Yikes. So, what do you want to do? You do like what? Zinnia, Hilbert, then Bea. I think that's fine as well, unless you value.
Oh no,
like,
I don't really think about switching
It's
those order.
mostly, actually, let me check real quick. I don't think it's the attack gap. Or is it? Because Mega doesn't boost attack. Oh no, it's a special
It's
attack.
special. Yeah.
boost
Yeah, it's
special
special.
attack, which is what Draco Meteor scales off of. So yeah, the extra damage does matter.
I mean, that's fine. Do we keep moving her
yeah.
until she ends up there, or what? What's happening, guys?
No, I think we approach it carefully because she's
Yeah.
she's not like
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
completely vindicated because again, self-efficiency is still an issue. Dragon Ascent as a max capacity comp is inferior to Draco Meteor as a max capacity comp, which is mostly a minor increment, if anything. Like it doesn't necessarily give more value than say what should we call it? Than say existing comps or EX support. I remember Ropo talking about comparing Zinnia to Cyrus, which I don't think is that necessary.
Wait, I did?
Didn't you? Like you remembered saying that, yeah, you have a reason to look
Oh
over
yeah, I
Cyrus.
said that on Dragon Comps, you now have a reason to run Zinnia over Cyrus or SS Leon. Because
Yeah.
before she kind of was just worse than them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now she is more demanding, but she has the damage to back to.
I think it's a decent balance for me that she's a bit more demanding than those, and him as well.
Yeah, but what
the,
is
the
the
reward
line, right?
is there, so being sandwiched around there is fine for me.
Yeah, but what is the line, right? Like because if we talk about that perspective, I think we also
Well,
need
what
to
is the
review,
line?
like-
The line for me is there because those two are valued for their extra utility potential as well. So I think the line for me is Hala. For me, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but like I think Zinnia always invited a comparison to Leon to me because like they're similar in the fact that they're high demanding DPSs, except like Zinnia's nuke is quote unquote more consistent now, but I'm not sure if they feel the same. If you get what I mean, like
Same now.
What about Zinnia compared to Cynthia?
well, Cynthia at least has sufficiency and like her nuke is a lot stronger, indiscriminately strong enough actually.
Yeah, I think her demand is less. Her
It is
nuke.
considerably stronger, but not insanely stronger.
Yeah, I'm just saying like reasonings you apply to Zinnia should also be applied to Leon, whether or not that translates him to going high or low or not, because it's basically the same thing, right? A lot of giant DPS PP value despite the high cost that you incur for it. It's just that kind of deal. But
So where do you auto rank her? Let's
that's what I'm
just
trying to
put it
think.
simply.
I know, like again, it's something that I can point out my particular rationale for, but I cannot really pinpoint a specific point for
I mean,
because
specific or not specific, but
like again, the association with the Brendan subgroup is valid in the sense that she now has more damage than like all of them except like nuke wise, but the DPS is higher, which also closes the existing Leon gap because it won't go any lower anyway. I think what you can do is you put her bottom S minus at the moment and then drop her if he really feels it's like kind of a stretch in replacement of Steven. Because I think, especially related to Steven, because they're both Dragon Ascent users, but I think in terms of cost and value, is Zinnia better than Steven in terms of dropping Dragon Ascent, or is like Steven still better because of his better self sufficiency, better gauge,
yeah.
better.
I don't quite see her joining that group, to be honest.
I don't know. I think she's really similar to Garchomp actually, because they both need two field effects to reach max potential. Uh, Garchomp nukes a bit harder, but Zinnia does have a better DPS. The range is without the zone is actually similar too. Cynthia doesn't necessarily have more versatility with her buffs because Sandstorm is still quite limiting what Zinnia can use any type of weather. Ingo is equally good for both.
Yeah,
I actually think they're both pretty similar units.
Yeah, this is kind of tricky. I think
so you
in
like
terms of the
you
compositional demand, because like you can also chart the similarity with Giovanni as well, because like
yeah,
Giovanni
that's
also
what I
needs a lot
was
of support.
trying to. I think, yeah.
It's fine
I
to
think
do
she
that,
has
yeah.
similar, actually, yeah, similar demand to Giovanni. This one is being more nuke oriented, her being more DPS oriented. But then, does that mean like that guy moves here? I mean, I've never
Probably,
been the
yeah.
biggest fan of this guy. You know, he has. They all have a relevant enough nuke. Is
The stuff at the bottom also has a relevant enough nuke to a point, but like Steven's nuke isn't like that bad, but it's not like excellent either, relative in terms of range. Like it's definitely more reliant on zone than the rest of these things.
It's about Hala's level, but with a zone. Hala doesn't need a zone, so it is
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
pretty bad.
disappointing considering
Yeah,
the
that's
yeah.
demand.
really
You
actually
know
really
what? You know
bad.
what? Let's leave it at that, and the distribution of the tiers. You know, we will be toying around, like where, who moves up, down.
Yeah.
Do we
That sounds
like?
good.
Do we like the order itself, independently of distribution?
I have criticisms mostly in relation to existing Classic Blue actually. Because I think
Classic
the more
Blue.
the
What do you want
yeah,
about
like the
Classic Blue?
more the tier is established, the more it feels like when you consider the weightage of like the main thing being his access to like say ramp and crit, like his damage is probably worse than like literally everything up until almost even like A plus. Like it's probably one
Yeah,
of the
for sure.
worst in terms of damage there. But like, does the die hit all carry him that high? Because like unlike Corina or other utility units, those units actually have high damage on top of that. Whereas like the
I
actual
mean, same
range.
goes for Mei, so that's why they're kind of grouped, you know.
Yeah, but Mei's damage isn't that bad. Quite honestly, it's not that bad.
I
Like,
mean, she has the AoE
there's the pre-mega
restriction,
issue.
plus she has
Yeah.
more demand than, you know, some other around there. So I think there is an argument if you want to drop blue that Mei isn't.
That's fine too, yeah, but like it's always kind of bugged me a bit. Because because when we look at a unit in terms of its output, which should be the main thing it does, because even something like Degens, who is higher more on utility, still has a competent damage yield on one facet, whereas like blue just doesn't have like leading output on both. If you get what I mean.
Mhm.
Because like a unit is supposed to be judged on, you know, PP, whereas like if a PP unit is high in a tier because of facets that are not related to its PP, it's kind of weird to me.
Yeah. So I mean, what's your suggestion actually?
Mostly to drop him slightly, maybe underneath Emmet, I think.
I mean, kind of
I think
like
Emmet has...
what Ropalm does. So this would be kind of like it, right? Reversing
Yeah,
the sub.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think blue should be below Mei at least.
Yeah,
If
I
you drop
always
one, you
Yeah,
drop
that's
the
fine,
other.
that's
this
fine.
order.
If you move them, you move them together. But like again, I think it also ties into how I think Emmet has been really underrated because Stone Edge and Soften Up actually limit his setups to 2 on his own. He just needs one die hit and one move. He has ramp, he has protection with the damage
Yeah, I mean,
guard.
I like him. There's no argument about that. I'm totally fine with this position. So that's fine for me.
I think I prefer this much better, actually.
That's fine with me. They compare a little better to the Cyrus
Yeah.
guy.
What do you think, Doc?
I think it's fine. I wanted Mei to go lower for a bit. And then
Where
carrying
do
the blue is
you
fine.
rank at them when Ropalm asked last time?
For who? For blue.
For kind of this tier, you know, Ropalm did ask.
Yeah, I think I put Mei lower, so about where she is right now.
Mhm.
But then I swapped Emmett and blue
Yeah,
because
you
I
had
just
him kind of.
dire hit.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I think that's fine.
So the-
I can check it here. Let me find the post.
Well, I mean, whatever he answered, what matters is what he thinks now, anyway. So that's totally fine. But yeah. You know what? Let's move on.
Oh, he actually just said he's fine with the order, but Mei was already lower on mine.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yours kind of end with May. Well, there is Ryan.
Yeah.
That will be kind of readjusted with that tier will need to be, you know, split apart a little bit. So I will check on that after. Okay.
Yeah, but like yeah, we mostly addressed S, but I think the other thing I think, especially with Zinnia's edition, is I think I'm getting more bugged by Leon as well. Not in the sense that he should go lower, but like how he's kind of an anomaly in the vein that his sufficiency is on the lower side relative to nearly every single pair above and even some below him. And yet his damage alone, while well, yes, outstanding in itself, has a comparatively worse nuke overall, and like it's kind of
I
weird. I think
mean,
people want to keep Leon
he
like
doesn't
up
have
until
much worse sufficiency than May.
but like Mei isn't there because of her
No, but
sufficiency.
I
It's
know,
because
but
of
you
utility.
need to consider it all. It's not just one specific facet. If we just decide to say, hey, this unit has this downside, so therefore we don't like it, you know, that's not how it works. Like the upside of the cost is kind of insane on Leon. You know, that's why
Yeah,
some people rank him like, you know, super high. It's because of the reward, which makes sense that it's lower in my list. Go ahead.
Sun is spanned by DNA, so we have a million sunsetting units, so despite being a field effect, it is a more accessible field effect.
Minsan?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, honestly, Ran, don't really want to toy with him. I'm very good with him being after the kind of utility guys and before those guys.
Yeah, I think
So,
it's fine, but
if
like,
you don't
I
mind.
guess my question now is,
I mean,
do
you're...
I feel like Zinnia needs to align, or probably not, but
No,
I can't help it still, though. Okay.
no. I
Then let's
think
just leave it at that
it's
then.
more of an alignment thing of yours that, eh. Unless someone has
Yeah, it's
something
fine then.
specific to say about Leon, I would move on. Sounds like no. Let's go.
that's fine.
Those tiers,
It's fine.
we good. We kind of toyed with it a little bit. This one, I mean, there might be some subgroup like type of arrangement,
Yeah,
something like
something
this,
like
but
that.
it will kind of depends how this shuffles as well. This guy, does someone wants to start?
Yeah. Nolan is very hard to rank because you have to consider him through multiple. First of all, Fury Cutter does not retain after nuke, so like he
I
is
know,
essentially forced to use X Scissor if he wants to nuke, or resign to the fact that okay, I'll only nuke once, and after that my damage will suck in an MM context.
Oh, well, but in an extended context, he can just nuke once and keep going with Fury Cutter.
Yeah, that's fine, but then like MM, like he can't like unless he's running X Scissor, he can't like nuke and get like his reliable Fury Cutter damage afterwards.
But I mean, it's simple. If you go for a quick content, you're just gonna nuke an X Scissor. If you go for a long content, you might want to consider Fury Cutter. Actually, I have another thing to say about longer content, but go ahead.
Which also leads to the question as to what is the main build we rank him for? Do we rank him for the X Scissor build? Do we rank him for the Fury Cutter build? Because like the Fury Cutter build omits self-sufficiency entirely because he's not allowed to buff if he wants to get full value. So that's he can have self-sufficiency, but like that sufficiency is tied to builds that only run like X Scissor.
No,
so
we never rank for one build. That's never what we've done.
I mean, if you're running Fury Cutter, you could just because you're gonna nuke anyway, so you could do the first 3 turns as setup.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but then
like damage is gonna get reset.
I mean, that's literally what I would do. I would do random shit at the start, nuke, and then spam Fury Cutter.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think you can run the crit node with the Fury
Cutter.
Yeah,
the crit node is like...
Yeah, but at the same time, if you're gonna nuke, then Fury Cutter first nuke, it kind of diminishes the value you get that another partner would give you.
Okay, you know what?
The only reason...
You know what? I have another thing to say because you keep talking about the nuke. I have another thing to say. You can basically ignore that. Okay. Run full Fury Cutter with staggering, defense crush, stuff like that, and just use him as a pseudo utility ramping damage. And I think that's a good facet of him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, especially on Gauntlet, since he has self-heal, so he is durable.
Yeah, I think... So I don't want to put him, like, above Karen, maybe? I'm not sure.
Because I think I would align him closer to Bruno, stuff like that.
No, not really, no.
I think Bruno has higher damage.
Yeah, he does.
Like, no, but like, even a zone-boosted Fury Cutter isn't that much more powerful than, like, cross-drop, you know? Like, yes, inertia exists, but, like, it's not...
Oh, sure. But, like, you know... let's compare to that girl in terms of, you know, she has that one utility of AoE sleep. It's a kind of one-time thing. I kind of prefer the consistency of his... If we're gonna consider the utility, which we do, I think here is fine.
Like, how much value are you realistically getting from it? Because it's like staggering 1 and DC 2.
Do you ever play legendary arena.
Right, LA. Okay.
I mean, that's literally what we're talking about.
You
I mean,
want
even
hack
then, like,
in
And
hybrid
and
CLM
and
that
on
build?
MM you do have just pure X's or nuke. You know, it's just fine. It's not nothing huge, but it's
it's
Yeah,
there.
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's there. Yeah.
I
I
think
think he
it's.
could be
Well, I
hybrid
want him to be
because he
better
does
than
have some
Flint.
Wait,
builds.
wait.
Then
Ropan was starting something.
Do you think he has some potential for hybrid? Because he does have
I
flinch, he has
yeah.
self-heal, he has
I did
defense crush.
think about it. I
He
have
kind of
kind.
generates gauge
I
too
do
because he
think
only uses one.
the MGR9 as well. Yeah, the gauge is also there. He also has MGR9.
I think one thing that has to be considered is if he does use his TM to heal, it does reset his Fury Cutter.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
only
but he
for
can
off
just tunnel
battles.
into X's
So
and still. Yeah, the long
Yeah,
battle means it's
but like
generally
for the longer
consequential and
battles, but like Gauntlet.
yeah, but can also just
uh,
tunnel into X's or that's perfectly fine too. X's damage isn't that bad. It's like 80 BP now.
Yeah,
It's
remember
like Fury
staggering
strong.
and defense crush are not locked to Fury Cutter, so
Yeah, like
you
you can
might,
use them
you
on
know.
anything.
I
But
mean,
their rates
I did
are
consider it for hybrid. I was more like, oh, everyone see that guy as a damage dealer, might as well stick to it. But if you guys want,
I think outside of the healing, the extra utility, if the rates were higher, he'd probably be more reliably hybrid. Like it's like 20 and 30%. It's like,
I
which is
think
an
it's
increment you get.
fine. Given the turns, he just spams it.
I mean, if you even want like pure utility, you can just whatever you
I mean,
want.
his
But
pure utility still yields the damage here.
yeah,
Eh,
yeah, that's kind of why I was, I was like, okay, even if I run him pure utility, he's still gonna be used a little bit for. Can you do
damage.
like utility plus just nuke? Yeah, you can.
You can, yeah.
I mean, what's what? Where do you guys categorize him?
I mean, if Kahili is hybrid, I think
Yeah,
Noro
true.
definitely
Yeah,
deserves
no,
hybrid.
that's yeah. Even SS Brock is utility. He's a hybrid.
Yeah, I guess you can put him there. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
that's fine.
fine.
Yeah.
But things like Marlow is also there, so yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes more sense. And to be fair, I would kind of put him, well, at least above Kahili for me.
I think he's better than Wallace.
I think Kahili is better. Kahili is more
You do?
consistent.
No,
You should sit underneath Kahili, directly underneath, but like not above Kahili. Same subgroup.
Yeah, between Flannery and Kahili.
really?
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
don't forget that Kahili has a more reliable defense crush.
Oh
He has
yeah,
more
defense
reliable
crush
healing and
9.
defense.
Yeah. And the
Four, not
endure
9.
effect. Okay, that's fine. Rapalm, what say you?
I think Wallace maybe could go lower because
I mean,
I exited him for that theme, but the
you
nuke's
know
just
that
so bad.
I always say that guy has always been overrated for years. For me, it's like, why would I ever use him? But it's just me, so.
One guy, only that one guy knows how to use him. But yeah, I mean you
I
can.
don't
I
care
don't mind
about
that.
my Oracle meme. I mean, I don't. It's not. I don't care, but it's not like.
It takes too
It's
many
not
phases.
practical. Yeah.
It's still trash. Like I mean, it's super convoluted setup for a big one shot. Cool. Uh, okay.
I mean, I'm not against it. I don't mind. I'm not defending Wallace. I'm just saying that yeah, this is just one of those cases where
I
yeah,
think he's more like
Yeah, that was
sandwichable
what I thinking.
kind of.
Because I
Yeah.
think Noland is better than Wallace.
That could be something. I mean, let's not care too much about subgrouping yet, but that would be kind of something like this or whatever. All.
I thought you wanted to share. I thought you wanted to share the Sophocles Wake subgroup. I don't think Sophocles should sit alone in red. But that's
Yeah, we did mention that. It was just not
Yeah.
dumb. It's whatever.
Alright.
And then yeah, you can just do that basically, which I prefer actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter because that might shift because we have 2 units to rank.
Are we done with VD? Because we kind of
Yeah. That was. We were mostly done actually because remember the time we spent on those.
Yeah.
Or do you want to do the order now? I think it's already 45 minutes, and I think I might want to come back to those distributions after, unless you guys want to.
I think we can just gap fill now, see what it looks like, and then work from there.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
really mind if we do it later or now.
Honestly, my first. Just give me the moment to do it. My first. Actually, let's do just in a new one so we don't lose that. You know, kind of. I mean, I know it doesn't necessarily is what you want, but you kinda keep.
I think I would prefer. I would prefer Zinnia ending S minus, and moving up from A minus. I think that would be better.
And Wu, can you repeat after Zinnia?
I would like, yeah, and then you move all that back. You put Bea and
I see.
yeah.
Shit.
And then
Yeah,
you bring
you
N up, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, but
Bring N up. Don't bring anything else up. Just bring N up. That's it. Yeah, and then just
Yeah, but
gap
then
fill the rest from there.
I mean that's a one spot gap fill over and over again. Then you're kinda screwed. I mean, to be fair, she was above before. That would be fine as well.
Yeah.
You just kind of undo what we did last time, you know.
Yeah.
And then move up
Get
there,
more
and
space.
then technically I
I think Gladion separated from Summer Steven actually better too.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I think separating Gladion from Summer Steven is a good move too. Because
Yeah,
Gladion,
I like it.
if each zone setter is a buff to Gladion.
To be fair, that's kind of what
you
we
should
had.
detach Morty and How. I think we just have
Remember
to accept
that was one of our iteration at some point. We had that.
Yeah, but let's not try to adhere too much to the quote-unquote order. Yeah, I think I would prefer this in terms of indicativeness. And then you move Kate and Looker up.
Do you want to? I mean, I was initially wanting to put him there, so I'm fine. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah, that looks more indicative to me.
That looks
sure what
totally fine
sure what
to me.
them.
And
I'll just roll pile and outthink in terms of I'm doing this for indicativeness again. Like I don't want things to kind of detach just because we want to gap fill. In terms of indicativeness, I think this is better. But like, what do you guys think?
I don't know about Hilda and Lisa separating.
Yeah, that's kind of an issue, but it also means that one group will be extremely tiny, which unless like Spark is willing to deal with the OCD, it's up to him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really mind the OCD, but I think we have enough. So that's kind of why I started with something that has this separation initially, where
Yeah, I kind of prefer the first one.
The first
Let's try
one,
the first one and see. Yeah, as in Zinnia and A+, yeah.
Still top of A+, it's not a big deal.
You see, yeah, etc., etc. Yeah, I think I kind of prefer it. Because I think we, to be honest, it's also like just kind of trying to hold my judgment on Zinnia because we snowballed very quickly on the talk towards her. So I was like, let's maybe keep some reserves and see how it ends up. And I think
Do we detach Bea from Hilbert is the thing? Probably not, but
yeah, I like them grouped.
Yeah, but
all
keep
in
the
all.
rest of the arrangements. I
Yeah,
think it's more
I mean,
indicative that way.
actually,
Yeah.
I would even. I know we already kind of dropped him, but I would probably even do that.
How would you compare
No,
Anne with Alistair, by the way? Like, do you think?
they are totally opposite units. That's funny.
How would you compare Anne and Alistair? Like now they're in the same tier
I
now.
think
I think.
they're both kind of. Their flaws are pronounced, and their upside are good enough.
Yeah, let's just keep it that way then. Yeah.
I
I was
always
just
felt
subjective.
Alistair was a bit clunky with his multipliers.
Yeah. I mean, I
I
was
guess you can
I
swap
was the
them for
one
now.
who said I always kind of liked him, but last time I did say like the payoff
Yeah, you
is
can
not
kind of
like
swap them.
that insane, you know. It's.
I guess you swap them then. Just
Oh, you
swap
wanted
the.
to? Oh no! I want to keep him above, and
Okay.
it's fine. I just wanted to see if I keep him like above or below in terms of.
Yeah, then I think it's fine. Yeah.
So like this. These two would be kind of leading, and this would be ending.
Yeah.
This would be that. This. It aligns your two lenses that you wanted last time.
Detach Cynthia from the lances.
Oh, that's fine, yeah. Do I want Gloria Wisdom? I think
No.
Papa might want it.
Repeat, I didn't hear.
Gloria would be in the first subgroup or more attached to them. I mean, I know you, but higher anyway, so.
I'm not necessarily higher on Gloria, but I think her strengths and weakness are just really similar to
Yeah.
Como.
But I mean, as of now, it's more about the group distribution.
I actually think Gloria has better synergy with Marnie than Cynthia has with Lucas, even.
Oh yeah, in terms of, I mean, I totally agree with that. That never against that argument. Let's figure it out after. This, and this, and here. Oh, we did have something going on there. What do we-
Iris, Bruno in the first subgroup. And then
those two? I really don't
yeah.
like Karen, to be honest. But yeah, I mean
Yeah, that looks pretty okay.
that's fine. And maybe Gloria in and or out of the group. That's fine with me.
Do I want Olivia in D plus in the same group as Hilda and Lisa? That's what I'm thinking.
Remember last time we debated it, and we felt like she groups better with Barry than those two that have extra facets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
remember?
I guess right. Yeah, like one has self-sufficiency, others have like tank ability. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I will, before posting anything, I will kind of revisit the subgroups, make sure it's in line with my views, and I'll share with you. I think that's fine as it is, and we can.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I think it's fine.
I mean, I would even group her. I know she's not like. I really like those two more than her.
Okay.
I mean, there is kind of an OCD thing that led me to do this, but I think it's relatively accurate. I don't know. Do you guys have anything to add about the poop list?
No.
Not in particular.
I think it's fine. Yeah.
It is fine. Perfect. Hybrid. Before we talk about those, this was pushed to kind of, through text. I don't know, since Dark and Ropalm weren't checking too much on it. Were you kind of okay with the
Yeah, I think I'm fine with it.
basically yes,
Yeah,
May
I
pump.
read it. I'm like, it's if your list had an extra supergroup, I would separate Gloria and May. But since it doesn't, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I mean, we've kind of covered it like a previous time that in it, Gloria is like the utility thing that she does is she's much better at doing than May, but May covers different facets that I personally want to kind of value there. That's fine. I mean, technically we could split our range a little bit, but I'm okay with that. Good. We did, I think you saw earlier, push those two above SS Leaf. Since that's what you and
I
Ryan were
did.
discussing. I'm sorry, what?
I was just going to say that I did that on mine too. I
Okay, okay.
pushed the lift below them.
Well, I guess that kind of answer the questions.
Lisa shouldn't be in her own subgroup. I think she should share it with Emma for the time being.
It was actually a very recent thingy. I was kind of actually exploring more, but those are two units that I use quite a lot. I actually feel she does kind of fit it all, you know. Like her
Yeah, no, LA
stat
is
drops are
better.
universal, so
Extremely, yeah.
she just boom, 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 stat drop, stat drop, stat drop. Is a bit more niche than her.
Yeah, I
And
think
you
it's
know there
fine.
was kind of an OCD there, obviously, but I wouldn't do it if it was. I feel like he shares kind of some facets with Grimm's. No, it's not a good comparison, but yeah. Also, since you
Yeah,
wanted him in the long run a bit more aligned with,
which is
it's
kind of
kind
my
of
next
him
point, yeah.
going down very slightly. Uh,
Which kind of goes to my next point, which is swapping Lucian with Leaf, possibly. Because Leaf kind of feels similar to like the Gets's Lysander, Mani Sakura, and that. They do a lot of things, but not necessarily cohesively. Whereas there is at least some cohesion to the S subgroup that I think Lucian kind of has. And it also kind of lets you subgroup in section A plus easier rather than Lucian being solo, but that's just me.
I see what you mean. I know I mean, I assume the others are not that high on Lucian that we are. I...
Well, I am kind of low on Leaf, so I don't mind. Because one thing that dudes like about Leaf is that Poison by itself is good on Master Mode, but has a generic status. It's not good.
Yeah.
Even on Legendary Gauntlet, if you go against Cobalion, for example, Cobalion cures Poison after one
No, Poison
cure, I
is
think.
very trash on LA in general, in my opinion, so
Yeah,
I
but
agree.
even to a lake that is vulnerable to status, Poison is bad.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Yuxi's the only one, right? That you
Yeah,
can use poison for.
is okay. It's not. I don't think you can just spend poison on every bar even, but
No,
it was
you
made
basically you
for
poison the first, then you nuke mid through, and then for the last bar you can repoison them. But since with SS Leaf you don't even control that, you might get
you don't
trolled.
have a choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's the issue. I got this issue with BD last time. I was toying with confusion. It was just, anyways. I mean, I don't mind. The thing that I like more about SS Leaf in general that others don't, I like the compression of tanking for some more subpower tank supports while doing damage. But I know it's maybe just me liking that. But
I like her defensive value since I think she's a great healer, but
mhm.
I don't like her offensive power. I don't think it hits hard enough,
Yeah,
and the sufficient doesn't exist.
Like for me, it's mostly again categorization because I think she's more similar to stuff like Getsis and
yeah.
Mani that
I
they
know
do a
for
lot of
you it's
things.
categorization since it's often about that. And I agree with the categorization, but does that make sense in terms of power level? That's that's more important than
For me,
categorizing.
yes, because I think
For
Lucian
me, it's
is
fine. For me,
getting
it's
more
fine.
popular.
Lucian for me is kind of busted. I mean, not busted, but he does that one thing, spamming his thing and just nuking, and it works flawlessly.
Very good at clicking growl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
very
Clicking growl and sync. I mean, I'm fine with it. I don't know. Dark, do you have an opinion?
I think I prefer Lucian. Like,
Oh,
you do have
okay.
Sundering, but in terms of actual damage, I think
Okay. No,
Lucian's
I
is
thought you guys preferred the opposite, but I wasn't aware Propalm was low on SS Leaf and you like Lucian that much. I mean, Ryan and
Assassin's
myself
That's
Leaf,
as
were
he
low
even
always.
has
as
the
Steve
problem with
should go.
Mega.
Hmm?
Assassin's Leaf even has the problem with Mega because she loses the poison, but
Yeah.
Mega is
I mean,
what gives her the X accelerations.
I generally don't mega her too much unless I'm like trolling with some nukes and
Like
stuff.
that's as
But I mean, that's
low
fine.
as her sleeve should go. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't
she
think
should
she
probably stay there.
go
yeah.
lower. Yep. That's fine. I'm totally cool with that. I mean, we did mention we are high on Lucian by default with Ryan, so why not? Uh, there we go. Those guy.
Normal and speed, right?
Yes. Yes. I
So
think. Well, before I think normal is a bit more like not cohesive, but maybe useful all in all. It does a bit more.
the issue with the issue with like non-attack forms of Deoxys is that you have no
Now,
rigorous
do not
control of.
compare any of those Steven to attack from Steven, please.
It's not
Compare
fair.
them. They are separate unit. They are there in that category. Don't.
Let me finish,
Like,
goddammit.
here, the,
No,
the
no.
limitation of the forms is like the same limitation as Hilbert has with running himself as a support. You can't use both on the same team. So even if they are the same unit, they could be different units with the same trainer.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can't totally can't pair them together, of course. But
No, what I was meaning to say is that like he has no rigorous control over his field effects. So he has to use his trainer move first turn, which means he has to terrain first turn. He has to use his gauge excel early first turn. He is essentially forced to tunnel into
yep,
very
into
fast
that
MM
playstyle.
clears.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree
And
with that.
in LA, it's actually worse as well because he only gets like one go at it, and then after that, like you ask yourself, what is he doing there? Get what I mean? In that sense, I think speed form is better for LA, and in terms of both MM and LA mix, but like normal is just like it's just that
It is
incohesive.
better for LA?
I think it's the
No.
other way around.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I think normal
I'm
is
Because like
very
exactly
good
the
for
opposite
LA.
as you. Yeah.
like he's got recover, he's flinched, and in the
One
longer
gauge
modes you
flinch.
can and in the longer modes you can just ramp up with his boosts because of
Yeah.
downside up.
Speed is good for miming the CS mode and be like, hey, I think twice you didn't do anything.
Most of the LA clears I've seen so far use speed more than normal, but that's just
But
me. Like
yeah,
the
but that's
solo
what
miming
you
stuff.
see. That's not what the unit can do.
Yeah.
Even the video you linked, the guy soloing Tapu Bulu, he said that normal also could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because the flinch is more consistent for disarm as well. Yeah, because like yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
So
again, I'm not denying. For me, for example, if I had the unit, I would play shit ton of speed Steven because that one thing he does, like accelerating and giving speed, he does it pretty well. He doesn't do much outside, but he does it pretty well. So I'm not saying he's trash or anything. Like for me,
Yeah.
yeah, question is where we put them because like what they do is semi unprecedented, such that we don't really have a good reference to where we want to put them. If you get what I mean.
it doesn't matter that we. That's the point. We're trying to figure it out. Honestly, how do you compare normal form to the Metagross? Like, flinching, being a little tanky, doing stuff like that. How,
I think it's better.
in my opinion, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
What does Metagross even do better than normal?
I think.
Like it's just slower.
Owie
It's a slower
nuke,
one.
but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I
That's
think in terms of
better.
being like the whole tanky mix thing, I think it is strictly better than Steven, but are his qualities worthy enough
Honestly, I
for it to
would
be better than
compare
other stuff?
him more to those people. All in all,
No, no, no,
I
no.
know you don't, but I'm making an argument. That's the point.
Okay, go on.
No, that was. I mean, I know your answer, but what does the others say about that? Like, not saying
I
it
think
should
he
go
is. He is sort of similar to Volkner. I think
two.
to Volkner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Volkner.
what it's. I mean, those three, like, he kind of tanks a little bit like them. He has extra utility like him. He brings a field, even though you don't control it. But you know,
Yeah.
that's how it is. I think he's more around those in terms of you being
Like
obsessed
then
by
I still
categories.
blame.
Yeah, I'd agree.
You could compare him even to Iris as that LA specialist.
Uh,
Well, Disarm is,
sure.
and you could argue he's better than Disarm because like concur and everything. But
Oh yeah, it's true that he can mass debuff and shit like that.
Yeah.
I tend to forget.
And he's still like it's not gonna be attack form tier, but he still has Psycho Boost.
Yeah. And you can run actually. We checked the builds. You can run
the critical thing, yeah, he only gets +2, but the sufficiency
no
is
the
there.
critical thing. Yeah, but you can also, if you want, like depending on your comp, you can run the one that boosts a little bit your damage to multiplier. I
Curious
don't.
brain, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I would lead A with him.
I would agree. Yeah.
I think he might be bottom A plus.
Yeah. Or
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
one or the other.
He's,
I mean,
if you
it's.
think about it, he's
I think big
really,
question is: do you
really hard
consider
to
him better than
control.
Iris?
I mean, you always say Iris is kind of poo-poo, so.
You swap them then.
I'm
Like
fine
I
with
guess
that.
you put in NA plus and lead A with Iris or something. I think that's fine.
It's like he doesn't just debuff, he debuffs, but he also has a cover and cosmic power is still there, so
Yeah,
he lowers
Yeah.
both attacks and buffs both defenses.
Yeah.
isn't he?
Yeah, and his gauge is cheaper as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like 1 bar cheaper and everything.
Is he better than Sydney? Sydney is that weird
Probably.
thing about. Yeah, let's slap him on any team. He confuses, he does a little bit of potion, and his nuke is always there. Super okay, but you know that guy does quite a lot of various stuff. It's more
I
like.
think it's closer to like like our current A plus match, which is like
Yeah,
the
I
mix
agree.
of everything you do there.
He's more
Probably
like
swap
around
Sydney
there.
as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I would even argue like you can kind of mishmash with some of those. I'm not sure how, who, what order, but I feel I would prefer him to Lysander. Lysander?
I can see it.
I see it, but then if you put him with Sandra, I think he's better than Serena as well. Because like what is Serena doing outside of offensive pressure? And like if you remove that from the equation, like he just does way more. So I guess
Yeah, I mean,
mm,
I know you don't really like her. You kind of like him, so you know, I don't mind.
Not
yeah,
necessarily how good
but
he
now
is, but go on.
we're kind of tunnel visioning. Like if we're gonna view him as this like do everything kind of pair, like how far can we go? Like is he better than Getsis? Is he better than SS Leaf? Like that's kind of the question we need to ask. And it's kind of
That was actually I was going to bring up not even how good he is compared to Gates's, but his kit. I think he compares better to Gates's than some of the others there, in terms of how he plays with those debuffs, providing
yeah, exactly.
some offensive pressure, but not an insane offensive pressure. He has flinch while Gates has freeze, so they both lock the punch for moving.
Yeah. Well, so you would even pass Marnie. I think you could pass Marnie, to be honest.
Yeah,
I do
definitely.
like her a lot, but you know that's. I mean, sure.
Do you think he's better than Getsus? Like, this is a big question, right?
I think I
Like,
would keep my reserve and
I think they
I
debuff
just
the
thought-
same as well. You have to consider that.
there.
Getsus
Yeah, the
has
debuff
the
is the
same
same.
debuffs.
Let him speak.
I think.
Go ahead.
Like in terms of the debuffing is about the same, and Steven
That's
does have the
true.
cost.
Oh, Gates is better with the debuffs. He doesn't have to flinch the opponent to get the debuffs.
Exactly.
Oh
And the
yeah,
debuff are minus
yeah.
2. He's
And he has double
better.
drop access.
Well, he's still a better tank, and well, that guy can nuke pretty well.
I think he's
This
a better
one
tank.
a bit less.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Steven. You know what? Let's
Wait,
set up.
is Steven? This is a better tank. Like,
What?
wait, were you referring to Steven or Getsus as a better
Steven.
tank?
I mean, Getsis can only do endurance if you want to tank with him.
Yeah.
It's, which is fine for the comps that he would play that, but you know, it's kind of.
Yeah, but in terms of like raw stat line, I think he's better as well. Like not in terms of practice, but like the stat line, I think Getsus is better.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just leave it there.
I mean, I don't want to forget that I know the zone you don't control. I mean, the whatever terrain or blah blah blah.
Oh, yes, recover,
I know
but he's
you
gonna
don't
take
control it, but okay. A lot of psychic user like to poop on the enemy pretty quickly.
I think you just swap them for the time being, and just
Yeah.
I think it's fine. You swap them for the time being. Yeah.
It is a bit annoying that Steven only gets +2 crit. He can't get +3 unless you rush sharp entry. But Gates
Yeah, but
also has a problem.
yeah,
with
gets
crit.
his like self-sufficiency is kind of awkward as well, unless you're abusing MM. I mean, even when you abuse MM, it's not actually that good of a TM. It's a far worse TM than that girl. But yeah. Okay, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just change the subgroups, and it's yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did kind of toy with them a bit.
Just have Leaf join with
Oh, you want?
Leaf Steven. Leaf shouldn't stay alone.
Well, I don't mind. I don't really care. Let's be honest. We can figure out later. That's fine.
Yeah.
So the other one, which is good at speeding and sync accelerating.
I think his problem is that like
That's all he
just
does. Yeah.
Sync Excel, it's just hard to justify over the other sync accelerators who do more.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
That's why I wouldn't like even compare him to this guy or this girl or whoever.
Yeah, the others either have some buffs, like your Red has crit, Haihan has special and physical move up,
Mhm.
Mei has damage.
I just wanted to double check
Near his damage.
what's the.
Lysandra has damage and durability as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, for me, there is not much debate that is worse than this tier in general. I was more thinking about closer to that girl, maybe?
I can see it. Yeah.
The speed aspect and everything.
Yeah, the gauge aspect.
I just wanted
Like
to.
he's just a ramping thing
Okay.
with Gage. Yeah, that's all he does.
Which
like,
is
the
not.
damage
Wait,
is fair.
yeah, sure, but it's not that. It's not a bad thing, you know. It's very specialized, but it's.
Yeah, I think it's very similar to me actually. Like very, very similar. They're both just
That's
evasion
actually
tanks with
is
flinch.
not good tank particularly, but it can
Yeah.
tank, you know, relatively okay. You know.
I think the durability is fine.
Yeah.
Like the raw stat line is fine, but he lacks healing. Like I think double team instead of
Double team instead of
has
TM.
recover. No, he has recover. Yeah, and
Yeah,
he
he
has
has recover.
recover. So
And he has
durability
flinch.
wise, actually good. Yeah, only 20%. He doesn't have activation, so that's kind of annoying. But yeah,
Yeah, one thing that he has over Mei is that Psycho Boost and Recover are available at the same time. Mei, she
It's a
either
mega
has the
cost.
high jump kick or she has potion. She can't have both.
Yeah. No, I think it's high jump kick and headbutt. So she can't
Can't
flinch
she
and
lose
attack.
potion too? Oh no, she keeps potions.
Yeah,
She changes
she
the
loses
trainer
headbutt.
move and X defense. Yeah, potion is the only move that's maintained.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's pretty accurate for the time being. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah, while you were, I was listening to everything, but I was kind of toying with the orders at the same time, and I think I kinda like it. Look at how it would look. What do you guys think?
I think Mei is a great comparison.
I agree.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like they're very, very similar kit wise.
Something like this. I don't know.
Like, did you guys think of anything that makes great use of Steven's acceleration over the other accelerators? Because I
No.
thought about Serena
That's
and
pretty
Red,
much it. Yeah.
but I can't think of anything else. I almost always want someone else who can buff crit,
Yeah.
can give support EX, can give special or physical move up, can just damage the others himself better than the Oxys does with Psycho Boost.
Yeah. It's fine. Like, is he worse or better than May Bunny? I mean, May
I
Bunny
think
I think it's
he's
doesn't.
better.
better.
Yeah.
Accounting for Excel, like it's still
Yeah.
there.
I think this order is fine. I would
Yeah.
His
probably.
output is better, his durability is better, his efficiency is quote unquote better. Yeah, I think it's just better overall. The only thing May has is a better quote unquote team wide utility because of Dex defense on speed all, but even then,
She does. I think the flinching is about the same. Like May has the higher chance, but she loses it on Mega.
yeah, she can't do everything concurrently while
Yeah.
speed form is more concurrent with what it can do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she can heal the others, not just herself, but her
Yeah.
potions are not great.
Yeah.
And same thing for defense buffs. For like tanking a sync move.
She can get the +2 crit, but only if she runs Sharp EMP
Sharp
Hazard.
entry. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like for a shorter for MM I prefer May as a tank, but for longer modes Deoxys is better.
I think they're better regardless though, because like I think even for short fights, like
Wait, why do you
DOS.
prefer?
I'm toying with the stuff at the same time.
Why do you prefer Mei for Master Mode?
Because of the buffs mainly. And the higher flinch, because you're gonna have less chances to flinch and you can't ramp your defenses as fast with Deoxys.
Do you prefer May
Yes,
to
Deoxys is
Steven
really
for
fast.
Master Mode? Because for me,
Yeah.
for Master Mode, the fact that he just
Excels,
instant
that's also
axles,
true,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
But I'm very biased towards Sync Axel playstyle, so I don't want to, overtake it. But
Yeah, I guess that's true.
that's
I
how
guess
I
that's
feel.
true.
And he has more than 600 speed, so he generates gauge by existing, not
Just
even
by
Yeah.
to.
existing, yeah.
And yeah, if for some freaking unholy reason it's not enough, he has like MGR in the grid. He has, I think he also has another MGR 9 on something else. Like,
Full team.
yeah, his double team as MGR 9. What the hell? And he also has
Yeah.
freaking Pep Rally as well. Like, it's so funny.
And he form changes gives him +6 speed, so that's 600 speed. buffed to +6.
Yeah, and then with Excel, Pep Rally, MGR9, and another MGR on top of that. So funny.
Like you,
Yeah.
we say Red has some good gauge generation by himself. He has double Red speed.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, but red also comes from the fact that he has like a coin flip MGR. Well,
And
yeah.
like
Yeah, he
speeding
has
sun.
innate MGR for he can get MGR too, but I think he doesn't take it over the other nodes. Like a universal MGR too.
Well, it depends on what his role is, because if you're using him just for, the speed ramp, he doesn't have anything else better to take, so he just takes like Pep Rally, MGR, maybe recover, Master Healer, and everything. He doesn't really take anything else.
Yeah, but
He doesn't
that's the thing. He
overkill.
doesn't. I mean, you can run him like somewhat DPS when you pick him for the speed. He's totally fine.
One thing that he does need to be aware of is that he can't click a status move until he wants to use the second acceleration. So he can't start with double team unless you want the second -2 sync countdown.
Well, you can run head start on him if you want.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, because double team is where he has Pepperadi.
Yeah, but are you willing to run Head Start and compromise your use on it on its other forms? But yeah, you consider it, of course, on its optimal
Yeah, yeah,
playstyle,
yeah.
but
I
still.
mean, why would I ever play this guy? Anyways. uh, I mean, I like him where he sits, honestly.
Yeah.
Isn't that fine?
I think he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
It's fine.
kinda switch on the rest. It's the same order as before, just a bit arranged. We can even come back to this actually.
Wait, you want Candice to extend the tier standalone by herself?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine with that, that's fine.
I mean, I'm fine with other suggestions, but I still like her comparison with those. I don't want her too much extended from Koga actually. I think it's fine there.
I do think Plumeria is a bit underrated.
I
Mostly
agree.
because, like, Plumeria, like,
She's
I
similar to
think
Karen.
Remember, she's way higher on my list than in general what people have on her.
Like, yeah, for me personally, she's more aligned with Karen.
yeah, she has the similar thing with Karen, but at the same time, her value lies in her nuke rather than like her DPS, and she
Yeah.
has shown some semblance of tank capacity with
Do you
things
still?
like
I know Dark, you're high
Agile
on
tree.
on
Sure.
Whitney. Do you still prefer to Whitney? All things considered, like her DPS and her
I would,
utility form.
yes. On a personal level, I
I mean,
would, yes.
I mean,
I think it's close, but yeah. I would, yeah.
and this way we keep the weathers grouped, blah blah
Yeah.
blah, and we just adjust from there. That's totally fine with me. I actually like it better
Yeah.
personally because I always liked Plumeria a bit more than most people.
Chimera is very underrated, especially in like LG, where staggering provides a lot of consistency and output is also pretty good when you run like the
Yeah.
hybrid build.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also like a 1 bar. It's a 1 bar flinch that has a pretty high chance, and it's staggering, so you can just triple Q always.
Hmm?
Bit annoying that you can miss, but at least it's 90%.
Just give him pinpoint entry if you have OCD, because that's what she's gonna do most of the time anyway. Yeah, I think that's fine.
So her Nuki already is kind of weak. Without critical strike too, it gets
Yeah,
kind
but
of
in the
suspect.
context where you
Yeah.
use her as a flinch spot, you won't even use the crit anyway, at least for LA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just those type of units where you have different use. You know, it's not all in the same kit, so it's always
So
tricky
there's
to.
not like one clear build.
Yeah, exactly. It's tricky to talk about strictly one or the other. That's why I feel it's fine where it is, how it is.
Yeah, I think let's just leave it at that and work on utility first.
Yeah, that's fine. Do we want to group Volkner with, I know you probably, but the others?
I would, yeah.
That's fine.
I mean, I would prefer Iris below all three, but yeah, that's not a really popular opinion.
I know. Cool. Anything to add on hybrid?
Not for now, no.
Then we are good.
So,
I can remove that now that we are done. Utility is gonna be a little complicated for the mid tiers.
Yeah, I know.
There is
Yeah.
one thing that I put it up in the air that we discussed yesterday, I believe. Bringing up Brandon here, and as a result, this is kind of how it looks for me. What do you guys
That's
feel?
fine, yeah. I agree with it.
I think it's fine, yeah.
I don't necessarily agree, but I think it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I don't want to
Interference is
I don't
what
want
it is, like
to
I said.
separate anything to get a yellow color in there. So for me, it's
Yeah.
just that those three are top three. Those three are good. Order them however you want. I don't care. That's pretty much it. Okay, fine.
That's cool.
Fair enough. Giovanni.
Is
Giovanni is
worse than
essentially like
Faulkner.
a worse Faulkner, yeah. Just put him right underneath Faulkner, but
I mean, no, he is a worse Falconer. That doesn't mean you put it right underneath him. You can put it
yeah, but you
arguably.
also have to consider he has the
Being
same
better.
rotation as Xiaowei. Like again, like, it's like +3 crit and +3 attack special attack, but he also gives like AoE regen. He has Catalyst rather than Quick Tempo. And yeah.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
also
that's
that
more
has
saying of.
separation on a pinch.
Yeah, Aoi being too high.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I'm not saying it's above Kiawe, but like again, like I'm saying to
Above
justify it
Kiawe?
mostly
Wait,
in terms
it's a worse Falconer and you want him above Kiawe?
I think
one.
Faulkner is better than
No, I
Kiawe.
want. Yeah, same.
I
I think
agree.
Fong is better
I
than
agree.
Kiawe.
I've always.
Yeah.
I mean, Falconer is better than those people. I don't care. Anyway, I'm just shorting a bit.
Might moving him up to S plus.
Do you want to move him to S plus?
Can you? Like I would actually. I definitely would
I mean,
move
that's one
forward to
of
S
my
plus.
most used support, so I'm
Oh, mind
Are
it,
you
yeah.
guys okay with it?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
But what? How do I? How do I handle
I don't
that?
know.
I don't know. Honest answer.
You put like SS Blue in the last subgroup of Uber since you're putting up them.
No,
Like
I don't want to.
Giovanni will fill one spot on S.
What?
I don't think we'll put Giovanni anywhere outside of S, right?
Yeah.
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 For
He'd
me,
be like
it's
low
like
S or mid S.
around. For
Like
me, it was
Lyra.
in between Kiawe and Elio, basically any kind of anywhere in that range, I would say. I'm just not sure where exactly.
I was
Oh,
thinking above Elio, below Lyra.
Hmm.
I don't know. I like Giovanni. I
I
actually
think I like
think
his
I like him more than-
one press TM, 2 direct, and then after X you kind of just spam flinch people, and it's
Well, it has no ag, but yeah, I think it's like I think he should sit like right beside Kiawe because their rotation is similar, but they
I
both
don't
have their
see
advantages
him
and
better than Sabrina though.
I think
Eh,
Oh, I think
I think
Giovanni
the
is
no
better
ag.
than Kiawe because Giovanni not only is his rotation faster, but he doesn't need an NPR.
Yeah, he doesn't need NPR. He has like Catalyst rather than Quick Tempo. He also gives Team-wide Regen, which is also a durability
I
component.
mean, it's just Kiao, what we say, just Kiao being bad, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't this guy move here or something? I don't know.
Yeah, that could work.
And
I don't
then
mind.
you put him.
Sabrina, he has AoE buffs. Sabrina has only
It's true
single
that
target special.
Sabrina has that flow. So
Just put like
you would kind of
Giovanni Callaway. Yeah, that would be ideal. Yes, that would be ideal for me.
that's
That's what
fine
I
with me.
was implying. I think that's
You put
that's correct.
Faulkner with, I think, with Berg or something. I'm not sure. Like how you want to go about
It's
that.
because I mean he was there, and I think there comes a point where those specialized, become better than he has the flexibility. But
Or like, do you want to drop like Berg underneath both of them? At least that's what I'd do. Like
uh,
underneath Delay and
Never
I
thought of Burgers though.
no Berg is very very cool, durable for LA and stuff like that. He can
EBs and
cannot
stuff.
do a bit of anything. I honestly I prefer Falconer ending the tier.
I guess that works. Okay.
He's pretty good for LA too. Probably not as good, but
Yeah. I mean that's fine. That's still a shit huge tier, but that's fine. It's kind of like here, I suppose. I mean, I'm just surprised that everyone agrees to. I thought only Ryan and me liked Falconer that much.
it's what I say. Falconer doesn't do much, but he does what's useful. So
Yeah. Oh, also that one thingy about when you use flying comps with Aniskaya, if you want to X with him, you just pick that quick inertial tile, and actually you can deny the side with him plus just a simple move to that.
it's
We
not a
don't.
nuke, but it is
Yeah,
useful
we
for
don't.
that extra
Look,
damage.
but
Yeah.
yeah, here's the thing. Like, how much is offensive pressure weight anyway? It's
No,
not a
no, no.
lot.
It's not. No, no. But I was just thinking, like as a side note, it is if you want to use him as X, that's a cool thing that helps a little bit, but that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on,
Okay.
I suppose. That guy.
Leaf with no gauge. That's what he is. Leaf with no gauge and no team-wide pots. Like wherever he goes, he should always stay underneath Leaf. But I'm not sure how far low he should go.
I'm fine
Because
with
gauge is pretty.
below leaf. First of all.
But like, do we put like right underneath or like, is it low? I'm not sure.
Uh,
What about Bugsy? Because they both lack the support EX.
Yeah, but like Bugsy is more specialized, but whereas like um Bugsy is more
What's
specialized.
what's Steven's defense form nuke range?
Nuke range? Like
no, that's a
Like his
He
single
has
legit
range.
question.
132 attack. He has less attack than Falconer.
Rip.
it's a 112 attack, lol.
Ooh.
Technically, it's not a nuke.
Is
Yeah.
it
Like
now?
his gauge isn't like the end of the world, but it's also pretty bad. He can't like he's not gauge heavy, but he can't anchor it. He can't facilitate it. Like it's
Yeah, but I don't see a problem with that.
No,
Like,
can have gauge
his
with
coach
everyone.
is fine. He's not a coach support, but he's just fine.
No, I
it's
think
just
the
like a
problem
fat
is
blob. That's
he
it.
has Iron Defense MGR 9,
Yeah, I
but
kind of disagree
MGR
with
only
Ryan.
works if the move is successful, so he can only use Iron Defense MGR
Yeah,
9 3 times.
which
It
is
won't.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier.
kind of fine. I mean, he's brings a lot of durability to a team. Honestly, I prefer him to Bugsy personally.
I can
I think you
see
drop
it.
Bugsy to A
And yeah,
with Phoebe,
you
yeah.
kind of fix the weird
Yeah.
thingy, which is cool for me. Kinda like it. Easy. We good?
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, yeah. That works for me. The
I
lack of...
think Lily would have a separate group too, but again, she shouldn't have a group with Cobadian and LS either, so it's
You're
good.
saying a group between Leaf and him?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Leaf
yeah.
is a separate group because she has
I
support
see what you
EX.
mean.
She
Yeah.
can heal the others, so she doesn't just buff defense
No,
to
yeah, I
lose them.
prefer like way enough. I agree what you mean. Well, remember initially I had her with them, but I'm fine with
I think the other two are better than Leaf 2, so
yeah,
I
yeah.
think that way is better.
It's okay. Yeah, I think it aligns well. Cool. We did revisit those part last time. What about those two? Which one do you want to start with?
I think Lisa is problematic because while you think you'd put him with Roxanne, she has two problems. One, her durability is bad, and two, so is her gauge. So like, do you really want to put her in B just for her like offensive buffs? Because that's all she's gonna be doing. Because if she's gonna be cleaning
Yeah.
buffs, she can't benefit from healthy healing. She has very inconsistent rates with aggravation and honor roll, and she provides no real contributions to a team beyond those stat buffs.
I was personally more thinking something for kind of different reason, but something more closer to
I was thinking
Marley.
she would lead C, but I'm not sure if that's agreed upon. I was thinking she would lead C or something.
Dark, Ropalm.
I think she doesn't facilitate gauge as much as Marley or Rachel.
Yeah, and she's not as durable in practice either because like the healthy healing thing just isn't. She usually won't be able to click it because
I
she's
do-
spamming TMs.
I do disagree with. I think aggravation and honor roll is sort of viable. Like it's
Yeah.
not amazing, but it's 30%.
Also,
Which is
she
about
she has
par.
potential offensive pressure with a psychic build.
Yeah.
How relevant is that? Like,
It's not that relevant. It exists on the pair. is all I can say.
It's just confusion without stop hitting yourself.
Oh no, I was speaking about psychic and on a roll.
Oh, it's Psyche and Oral.
Yeah.
It
And
is
like Furious
kind of
Spawn, whatever.
for support that doesn't support gauge.
Yeah, that's no. I know that's like you just build a
yeah,
weird.
but ranking wise, where would you guys put her? I
Yeah.
was saying like leading C.
I could see that, yeah.
But we'll see it too. I think the
Leading C. It's fine with me. Or ending B, whatever. Depends
Yeah,
where
like,
where
lead
you.
with C. Lead with C. I think that's better.
And to be
Yeah.
fair, I was thinking, but we'll talk later. Those, we could use some space
Yeah, we could.
later.
Yeah, we could use some
but
space. Yeah.
we'll see. It depends how also you want to rank that guy.
This guy is harder to rank because like, do you think he is better or worse than say Eve, for instance? Because one, he has EX, he has deep sharp entry, with his only downside being that he's not as good as Eve for being long fights, but he has his advantages. So like, do you put him ahead? Do you put him underneath? Do you put him same subgroup?
Above
At
Wu?
the same time, are you comfortable?
What are we comparing him to?
Eve.
Eve.
Eve?
Oh, Eve?
Evelyn.
What? No, I don't see anywhere near close as that.
Huh? You don't?
No, I don't.
Evelyn, you don't?
I don't see him anywhere near B+, to be honest.
Yeah, but like you have to consider like they buff the same stuff.
I don't
He
care.
has team and
I mean, if he buffs the same stuff as this guy, I mean, I don't know what does that say.
he buffs attack and special attack as well, just so you know.
Yeah, I know, but
What about with
I'm
what
very-
about lining with Morty with BP Morty.
Yeah, I was more thinking about that
Um,
range personally.
I think it's fine, yeah. BP Morty, because the reason why I compared with Eve is because like Eve has 50% on Sacred Fire and he has like 60% on Hostile Environment, Dragon Breath, so like there's that kind of like status contribution as well.
Well, then
Which is
Sure,
Morty
good.
but
has
it's not because
Morty's
they're.
got like
Go ahead.
sorry. Alright, well Morty has better heals than both of them. Well, not Eve, but better than Drake, and
Yeah.
he has flinch, which is more relevant than Burn or Para.
What I don't like about the rationale is like it's not because they are comparable that they should sit near. You know, that's just a.
Yeah.
Oh, those pair look
I
similar.
think
You know.
BP Marty is
Yeah, but
much
I
better,
always thought
to be honest.
kind of.
Yeah, but that's the problem. I don't like this way of tiering. That's not. We're not doing a let's group unit together thingy. You know.
Yeah, but like
I think Marty is better because Marty, since they are both defensive supports, Marty has more defensive tools than Drake has. I don't think Team Sharp Rank is that
it's not
great for.
enough, yeah, realistically.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
again, Eve being there really bugs me, I guess. Because I never really saw the appeal of Eve being that high. And I think if you kind of align them together, I think Eve should drop as well.
Also, like Morty just has both of his defense buffing in one TM, which
Yeah,
helps.
he does it pretty fast. And he
And
has a 1 gauge spam. Drake has to spend 2 gauges.
yeah, and it's more reliant, it's more reliant on NPR.
I think Misty is
Active
better as
defense.
well, if you want to put it that way. I think you can put him above like Marley and Rachel, but I think Misty is better as well. Because Misty is also more durable in practice. It gives team-wide regen. She has pots,
Does have
also
a
has
She
EX
extra
doesn't
pots.
give any offense. I was kind of, waiting the slight offensive buffing that he provides, but I don't know what you guys say.
No, I was talking about Steven when I said he provides offensive stuff. He did, like, because we said we were comparing
No,
it to
no,
Steven
I
earlier.
meant about Team Sharpentry. Yeah, I know that you meant that.
Well, I mean, Marley has Team Sharp entry as well, so I think it'd be fair to
Yeah,
align them.
yeah, it is kind of
Yeah,
fair to
but
align them.
I mean that's a plus compared to Misty.
That's
What
true,
is
but Misty has support EX as well.
better? Yeah, she has support
Yeah,
EX, she has better durability. Uh,
I mean
yeah, I think I prefer
it
Misty over
brings
Drake.
for me it brings a paralysis, somewhat decent defenses plus an EX. I
Yeah,
could
but
see
you
him
have to
above
consider
Misty, but I don't care if he is below. Personally, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't really care.
Just don't see him above Mitch. I think Mitch is also clearly better.
Who?
I think Mitch is clearly better than Drake. I don't
Okay.
see him above at all.
Okay. Well, then that settles it. Your three.
Yeah, I
Easy.
think EX does give him room to be above Marley.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, initially when I saw him, I was like, oh, that's kind of a Marty with
Defense
an
buff.
EX and
I
less.
still think
I mean,
with current
I
line,
don't like his kit. Like his kit is weirdly. It doesn't do much besides having an X and Team Sharpentry for me. I don't like him that
yeah.
much. I was
Selfish
thinking
with
actually that
Degens.
some of you might consider Lisa to be better, so I was like, okay, that's fine with me. I don't really care.
If I may,
And
I
Drake
think
has more rules.
with
So you would do that. Shit, what does it do that? This?
I think ratio needs to be dropped.
Yeah. I mean, for me, that looks fine.
that's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
But
okay,
like
but
on
I
the
think the
topic of
ratio above.
like
Do I want to
Morty
keep
and
Viola there?
yeah, but like on the topic of if we're talking about Drake and Morty, but like I think when you consider that, I think what makes Eve that much better than Morty as well, right? If you think about it,
Then Morley.
I'm kind
I
of
mean,
hard by existing. I'm kind of bugged by the existing gap. Whether that translates to Morty going up or Eve going down, I don't mind. But like now that you guys talk about it, like it's just really weird that there's such a big gap between like Morty and Eve.
I don't know.
I think Eve.
You just want to drop Eve. Let's be honest with the topic, which is fine, but
maybe you drop Eve underneath like Sawyer and Delia, Eve and Reggie, because if you drop Eve,
I don't know. I
It's
compare
Morty who's higher on mine.
Mori. Did I have? I had your thing open.
I think you closed it. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, because you have the Tunky girls above the lilies and stuff. If I remember
yeah, but does that
correctly.
translate to Morty as well? Like,
Yeah,
or
Morty
Morty
is
is directly underneath.
Morty seems a bit closer. Oh, you did
Yeah, but it's
reorder like I.
supposed to.
Oh, okay. So that would actually Oh, wait, give me a second. What did
Yeah,
you
but
do
even in the
with-
context of
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking.
yeah, but
it's-
even in the context of like RuPaul's list, don't you agree that like
Your mic cut.
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
We can't hear you anymore.
sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but even in the context of like RuPaul's list, wouldn't you agree that like the Morty Eve gap needs to be adjusted a bit? Yeah, like basically something like that. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh shit.
I could see that, yeah.
I think I like it better.
She has a much better natural book, and she has fire teamwork to reduce even more damage. So like,
Yeah.
she takes it much better.
Yeah, but like, how relevant is that when Morty has better on-demand healing and flinches for better defensive utility? Like, I don't think the raw stat line matters that much, but that's just me.
Oh, I think it does personally.
It should, yeah.
I played it on Legendary Gauntlet. I always feel
I feel it needs
even
the
just
flinch.
better.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But I mean, I'm fine with that. I mean, I could even, if you really want, those guys, I don't really see much reason to use them. So I could even bump them
I think that's
here.
fine. Yeah, I think that's fine actually. If you guys are open to that, I swap them back there. Yeah, I would do that.
I mean, do you
I was
guys?
doing it even on my own too.
I'm sorry, what?
I would be fine with doing that even on my own. I think
Okay.
Morty and Mitch do some more use today.
Dark?
Yeah, I think I could see it.
Okay. I wasn't totally expecting that. But I'm fine with it. I
Like
think
that, yep.
you remember Ryan that I mentioned you last time. I kind of updated a little bit the tier list. I was like, starting at the lower tier, let's consider durability a bit more of an upside because of the existence
you'll be using them for
yeah. Totally. I mean, even for
context of
MM,
what
you know, some of your units are self-sufficient. You just want to drop a big front line for them to not worry about offensive parameters, and boom,
Yeah.
you know, they do the job just fine.
Yeah.
While those are more like outclassed offensive buffers, which they are fine. I mean, but
Do I want Jasmine to lead B then? Since if we're going by that same value, but yeah, another thing about Jasmine is that do I even want Jasmine in utility anymore? Because like for me, it feels like one of the main reasons you'd use Jasmine is not just because she's a tank. It's because like Dawn, she has some strong offensive pressure with Last Word and Iron Tail actually hitting like a truck. It's
do you want to know a reason why to use Jasmine?
what?
Do you want a reason to know? Do you want a reason to use Jasmine? Because there is no reason to use her. I'm sorry. I mean, sure. You want to put her in hybrid just because? I mean, SS Blue can do Hydro Cannon. We don't put him in hybrid.
Yeah, but what I mean is that like my reasoning for Jasmine in hybrid is because she has to use her oppressive pressure to distinguish herself. Blue doesn't need to
Yeah,
do
but
that.
that just mean
Hot doesn't need to do
because that's just because she's kind of bad.
that.
I mean, that's no. I mean, that's not exactly what I said, but that's more because like this part of the her kit kind of makes sense to use while, but honestly,
what I mean is
you
that if
often
it's
talk
one
about
of-
relevancy. For me, it's like super irrelevant. Like no one outside us use Iron Tail Jasmine. Like it's whatever. People just use her for Gouge. They don't
Yeah,
use
I
her
think
actually.
what Ryan is saying is like, for example, Wolfric. Wolfric is utility because he basically can't use his offensive pressure. But Jasmine, she has her defensive value. She's just outclassed.
Yeah, she's classed as a defensive value such that the main reason you would want to use her in the first place is to use her offense.
Oh, I think
If that
the
makes any
main
sense.
reason to use her is her defensive value. The problem is that, for example, down exists and down is just better her defensive.
Yeah.
I think she's more of a case of being outclassed than being bad, like Wolfric is.
Yep, I agree. She's outclassed in both departments.
Not in DPS, but yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, DPS. Again, Hop, Xerneas, SS Blue, they totally use their offensive move as part of the kit, and I mean, let's be
Peepee.
honest, they are still utility oriented. I
Yeah.
don't really want to move Jasmine over that kind of convo. It's as we often say, like the difference between categorizing and tiering. I feel what you're saying is more that, hey, she's kind of outclassed in her category than saying, oh, she shouldn't move category. For me, at least. I mean, she's fine there for me. I think it's mostly you, so I don't know if anyone wants to comment on Jasmine particularly.
Well, the surrounding landscape is like unkind in terms of her appraisal, but I think, which is not unjustified per se, but I think even in terms of quote unquote what she's good for, what she's quote unquote relevant for, it's also become kind of a blur because like the only times you do see her being used are for like the quote unquote the damage showcases nowadays rather than the whole
Yeah, because that's
I time with her
the only
showcase.
fun you can have with her. She's not very useful for meta slaves, and she's just useful for miming. That's pretty much it.
Which kind of aligns better with what a hybrid does in the sense that yeah, I have viable options offensively, defensively, but again, it contradicts the existing support precedents we had.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine. I mean, we put Dawn there just because of the nuke, because I think hybrid is technically more accommodating
Yeah.
to things with a nuke than not. But
Yeah, I think we put higher kind of appraisal on the DPS aspect of a utility pair, if it includes a nuke. Like in terms
Yeah.
of precedence, that you always mentioned precedence. All very utility oriented pair there do
Have a
come with
nuke
a
at least, yeah.
potential nuke. She doesn't. Herb Sank is good because she can regen, blah blah blah, but it's utility. It's not.
Yeah, she has the incentive, but she doesn't have the damage.
I think I'm good with it.
I mean, she scales, but again, like it's not very
Yeah, yeah.
powerful. I
It's-
agree.
I mean,
It's a DPS where most of her meat is, but yeah, that's not important anymore, I suppose. But
I
again,
want just to double check on, since we are kind of bumping tanky units. What do you guys feel about Erika and Rosa? Should they kind of move up a little bit, or do you think it's
Not
I don't think
for
Erika
the-
needs.
one at a time?
Erika has not. Okay, you can go first, Propel.
I think Erika has that problem where she's a defensive unit, but she doesn't buff defenses. She just heals.
True, true.
So she's not that great at taking hits, and she doesn't protect the others.
Yeah, that's fine. Same for Rosa.
Rosa, maybe she could change subgroups because
Oh yeah,
Zinnia
you guys
Drain Master
actually,
Healer 2 is okay.
yeah, you guys actually wanted them. I mean, Rian on Dark wanted them kind of aligned, so I'm fine with that, honestly.
I think that's it for me. I don't know about the others.
Anything to say, Ryan? You wanted to say something?
I'm just thinking if I want Jasmine to lead B or not, because again, defensive utility
He's back
over.
at Jasmine. sorry, sorry, but
Hey,
this
it's
is kind of
coming in
no, no, no.
live
You can go
conversation.
ahead, go ahead. That's totally fine. It's just funny.
Because like I think the argument like for against Jasmine is that Lily and Sawyer have synchro healing, so they do contribute to a team-wide defensive core despite the lack of defenses. But like Jasmine is kind of selfish, so I'm not sure
Honestly,
if that.
we remember that we literally moved those two from the tier
And there
above.
was
They
a
were
drastic
past.
shift there,
That
yeah.
was already, and I think they still retain their, the guard, the lolly being great for AoE nuker, granted crit. This guy being flexible enough in terms of offensive pressure. I think I wouldn't shift, honestly. I think it's, yeah,
Then I think it's fine.
I like it better.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
then I think
if
it's
you,
fine.
because if you're gonna compare their defensive aspects, you have to compare their offensive ones as well. And
Yeah.
Lily and Sawyer are better there. Like they don't do as much damage as say Jasmine, but they do have better buffs.
Wait, is Moon? Can Moonblast Lily pull some work?
I do not know.
She can, but like again, the gap
No, yeah, I
unless she
mean,
gets Fairy
I
Zone
was
because
kind of going on the tangent, but yeah.
no, it actually does work because she has like sizable special attack, brutal clarity. Like Zin has run it a few times,
Yeah,
but
I mean, see?
like but like Jasmine's damage is just way higher.
No,
But
no,
like
of
that's
course.
not
I
important in
mean,
public.
Jasmine damage is, again, I don't argue against that. It's very legit. I did use it myself, and it was hitting, just for the reference, I was hitting as hard as like kind of in between what Hop and Zamad Zenta were doing after sync. I mean, I
I
don't
think
know.
you can do about what Sycamore does because Lily has support EX while Sycamore doesn't.
Yeah, maybe. Well, he has Fairy Zone. Very
Fairy Power
uh,
5.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
there's like
power
70% versus 50% then,
Oh, yeah.
which
Yeah, I mean, that's
like, but
fine.
like would you run CS2 on both is the question. So it's like what 30 versus 50%.
I mean, why would
what
I
the
not
what about the
run?
special attack cap? Are they pretty close or is it the same?
I don't.
Lily specifically does have a super duper effective too.
Oh, there we go. Easy. Lily damage dealer confirmed. Let's rank her.
Better than Diantha.
In terms of tiles, yeah, like Lily has a plus
Just
20%
kidding.
there, and Lily does have more blast tiles than Sycamore. Like Sycamore's special attack is like only 20 points higher, but like
Oh,
if you factor,
while we are on Lily, just one last thing I wanted to mention to kind of preserve her ranking. I think the Dazzling Gleam, Unfortunate Choose, or I don't remember the tile, but
Arming voice.
it's yeah, Disarming Voice. Relatively useful, like, not the biggest deal in the world, but should
actually is
be.
pretty good
Voice
because
Useful,
it's
yeah.
plays in her favor because there's Latias. Latias buff
Yeah,
evasion and Disarming Voice can't miss.
yep.
Yep.
I mean evasion
I mean,
wise,
that's
like
the.
accuracy already fixes that, but like I think disarming voice is also unfortunate Snipe is also a gauge component because of the animation. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it
I mean,
in
outside the
most
dodge,
of
like,
anime
it's also
builds.
why we say, like, Swift Mew is
Yeah.
relatively good for Gauntlet. I mean, what I don't like about her is that she's kind of burst oriented with her TM, and that aspect that we're mentioning is more like long run oriented, but she doesn't really have much gauge. I mean, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you have
But
to
I think
run
she's
it
fine where
or
she is.
yeah. I guess that settles it then.
I mean, are we
Is
done?
there anything else?
I think we're done. Are we fine with that thingy that we did?
I'm fine with that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with it
Yeah, I
too,
think it's
to be
fine.
honest.
I think the only possible change you like, do you want to keep a Berg on Iron subgroup or
Woo?
Berg and Iron?
Oh, Berg and Aaron. Well, Ryan had thing to say about that, but he wants like
What was the question?
Sonya.
What was
He's
the
Do you
talking
want
about
question?
this
them
subgroup,
together?
which I personally like as it is.
I mean, you can do it for now, but again, there will come a point where I think Sonia should be in the same subgroup as Aaron, but it doesn't have to happen now.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't have like a strict specific line on this for now. I feel like
Just let time do the work. I think it's fine
yeah.
as it is at the
So
moment.
I mean, Sonya has dropped enough over time to not like go too far quite yet, but I mean there is an argument. I can see that. Just it doesn't match very well at the moment. How we kind of need to wait for other things to show up so we can organize this a little better. You see what I mean?
Since we were talking about bulky units, I think Skyla is a bit underrated, but I know you guys are not a fan of base Skyla.
Base Scala?
Wait.
I mean,
What about
no,
Base Skyla actually?
I think she's actually overrated, but maybe you mean in our list underrated?
No, I think she's underrated on the list specifically, not
Yeah,
by
on the list.
the
Yeah,
general.
okay, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but
Like
how high
the
would she
general
go?
community, I do think she is overrated, but
Yeah, we can. I mean, it's been a while since I'm like. Personally, I wanted her just above.
That's fine.
I wanted her there,
That's fine.
but I really don't
Yeah,
see
but
her.
how high
Like,
would? Yeah.
how high you would want Rotom?
not sure. I think I would put her on the Argent subgroup because I think simply potion, defense, and speed is useful almost everywhere. It's not what your striker wants specifically, but it's spammable.
Yeah, I get what you mean. The thing about Skyla is that, and I support you on that, but you can use her anytime.
So I don't know. Maybe.
No, I mean on that aspect specifically, Skyla is usable anywhere. She will provide you the gauge, the potion, and the X support. That's true. You can't really deny that.
Yeah.
But
There is some similarity with, yeah, because Spark has historically expressed refusal to put and my Sabrina underneath PS, which would align her better with Skylar to me. Like personally, that would fit better, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I
Guess
don't
we
know.
can wrap this up, yeah.
Stuff could switch around a little bit. As always, like it's pretty. It comes pretty hard from like everything, like one tier by one tier. But we'll keep in mind. We might revise that a little bit if you like. I'm not opposed to it, like strictly. Just that I feel it aligns relatively well this way, but I'm fine with the
Let's
take.
just keep it as it is at the moment and just see if there's any other changes down the line.
Yep. Any?
Do you want to keep Valentine Mine alone on S Plus?
Yeah, I'm open to discussing it. Since she was subgroup played with those, and there she was there. I feel like in a non-zone team, like she separates better than Cynthia, you know. Just for the
Yeah,
team
but
sharpentry on the debuffs alone.
yeah, but like in a non-zone context, I think Skylar is
Yeah,
also better as well.
I was
So
pretty sure you were about to
I
say that.
think maybe Marnie, Skylar, then Cynthia, because like it also aligns with N as more offensively based hybrids, right? Whereas like Marnie and Skylar are more utility based hybrids that have facets of offense. I
I
believe
don't
Dart
think
was
it's
also
my
higher on
point
Skylar.
to simply do utility than damage, just how good they are.
Yeah. That's again wanting to categorize stuff versus wanting to rank them.
Yeah,
No,
but
I
again,
think I
if
like
you're
the order,
assuming
but Ropan was mostly speaking about the subgrouping. I personally like to separate Marnie. You know, historically she was the remaining one in the Uber, while the others were not. I have appreciation for her overall sharpentry, flinching, debuffs, all of that, while obviously being the zone setter. You'd like any change, Ropan, specifically on the subgroups?
No, I think it's okay. I don't think Zone as Marnie has that much value, but even on Zone she does help the others more. So
Yeah, that's maybe my wording was a bit confusing or wrong, but that's kind of what I meant. Yeah.
like her to beyond the zone, not just without the zone.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. The thing plus, a lot of our zone partners actually really appreciate their air exact kit. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, Cynthia. The thing with Cynthia is you can just run her alone and poop on ghost stage. So you know, you're like, okay. Yeah, okay. I mean, I kinda like it. Do we want to double check damage dealer?
Yeah, everyone thinks Steven is better than Serena because I still conflicted between the Gauntlet difference and the 3v3 difference.
Well, keep in mind we do keep 3v3 slate. I mean,
Yeah, for
both are
sure.
considered, but let's roll with the hype of people, you know. Oh, Serena got passed, blah blah blah. Yeah, that's cool. And then in 2 months we have another OP unit, and they cry.
Maybe next month because
Maybe in like 2
Steven
weeks.
Stark has
Yeah,
been
maybe
chaptered by Red, so and we might get another Red next month.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
yeah, like Serena, it does provide more things. Their DPS is similar, although Steven has the option to run Lusamine, which does boost his DPS decent.
Mhm.
And his
Yeah.
nuke.
Sorry.
One thing that I don't like is running Maxi Rising Tide Steven, because Tag teams don't tend to run too many buffs outside of like Latios comps. But it still looks a bit harder without Maxed Rising Tide.
Yeah.
Like, I think Serena is slightly more versatile, so I think I slightly prefer her, but they are really close, so I won't oppose any other thoughts.
No, that's fine. I mean, personally, she's cute, and I don't care about Steven, so I slightly prefer her. That's just memeing. Uh, no, I'm cool with going
What
for
about
all in for the #1 spot. You know, it's fine. I think they're so close, anyways. That
still the same subgroup? Who do you prefer, Dark?
I don't know, honestly. It's very close. I honestly don't really care. They're very, very close. I think.
too broken to be separated.
Yeah.
What can you do?
I think I'd probably prefer Steven just a little bit.
And Ryan?
I don't care actually.
Bro. Oh, they replaced Forward Chain. Cool.
Oh yeah, but
What do you mean they
only for
replaced
that
it?
Steven. The other Steven he still has the useless power chain.
Really?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
Oh, so it's just for that guy?
Just for that
yeah.
guy.
Like the Japanese passive has a different name, but like
Ah, okay.
the English one has the same name for some goddamn reason.
That's weird.
The Japanese
Yeah,
they describe the passive as a name, right? But
Yeah.
even the Italian one, the Italian they do give the fancy names like in English, but they gave a different fancy name, so I don't know what they had in mind.
Yeah, because the board chain 2 still exists.
Yeah, I
I think
imagine
it's
they'll
just
just
better
address it
to
or
not
something.
it existed.
Just
Eh,
rename.
I mean,
I think it's a bug or something.
I personally couldn't care less about that passive anyway. I mean, no, it's clearly better this way, but I don't care about Steven, is what I meant.
So it's just for don't mind. I slightly prefer Zerina. Darky probably.
Oh,
slightly
I still
prefer-
said the order that I prefer is this one. I just say I don't care about those like out of.
Yeah, it's for tipo, I don't mind, but
Yeah.
Yeah, like as long as they're in the
And-
same subgroup in the top of the list, it doesn't really matter.
yeah.
Or should I make people salty that is not better than Zerina?
Does it really matter though? in the grand scheme
And
of
I'm just trying
things?
to troll the community, you know? Like if we put there, they waste their
I'm here
gems.
to inform the community, not troll it.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
But it's an apple-orange thing anyway, so I don't think it matters that much.
No, I think no one said it matters because we all agree they are just the top. But, you know, Urban just wanted to cover it a bit more than just saying it doesn't matter. I like this order personally, a bit better.
I still like it as Sidayata up there, right? That hasn't really changed.
She didn't move down? I mean, over time?
She did move down. She was at one point.
Well,
I
above
don't like the
red, I
gap
think.
between Sonya and Matt, so kind of just
Yeah, I like this sandwiching, kind of.
yeah, it's fine then.
Do you
That's
want
your
her
discretion.
to keep going lower, Ropan, or not?
Personally, I do, but
Yeah.
if you guys don't, I want to keep
Yeah,
it
yeah.
pressing.
No, I know your personal thought on it, but like, you know, within the context and yeah. I'm not. Maybe we should have just moved her to hybrid, like Dark suggested. Rip.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, let's keep it as is. I think I like.
And SS Leon, you still prefer over Cyrus, right?
Yeah. Actually, last time I asked both of you, I did raise Cyrus. I don't mind switching them.
Darky wasn't here last time,
Yeah.
was he?
I don't
So what do you
recall
think?
if I asked the question between those two.
Honestly, I think they're about the same. Like they both have their own pros.
You know, but it was mostly my little bias with the sync Axel and Max move, which
Max
I
move,
feel
right?
it's
Yeah.
like, you know, that makes stuff so much easier. But
Yeah.
I mean, this dude, when I'm, you know, I can play with Rain now, like with the new phone. It's just
Mhm.
stupid, like literally stupid. The hydro pump and the Rain.
Yeah, I think I would prefer Leon just a little bit because of the max move itself, like for the same
Yep,
reasons,
that's
basically.
fine. Plus, he's with his cousin there. It's cool. Cool. Was there any argument against or in favor of Alder? I feel we never discussed this guy since a while.
So we never talked about the Alder, but like it might be biased, but I really like his silver post buff.
Is what?
I think it might be biased, but I really like silver after his power boost.
Oh, I agree.
Oh, silver. Oh, okay. Me too. Better than Alder?
Yeah, probably.
I think so because silver does have more options. He can go mixed damage, even if Sacred Fire is kind of weak. His nuke is much better. Again, he's a Sun unit. Sun is far better than Bug Zone.
Yep. I mean, I'm not. I precisely bring up Alder
Remember the
because
criterion that you guys adopt. Alder is partially there for the same reason Relay is high, which inclines me to think that if you adopt that, I think you should swap Relay with N as well, for
who?
similar reasons that,
Lily with N?
yeah.
But silver does have decent self-sufficiency now. It's not full self-sufficient, but
Yeah.
I know,
huge.
but it also kind of places value on like the higher compositional value then, which I think
No, I mean,
N is better
we are
than both
talking
of them.
self-sufficiency in like she press one move. That guy has the self-sufficiency, but it's pressing 3 move. That's you know what I mean. Like comparing
But
Lily
silver doesn't
sufficiency
have.
to N sufficiency is different than comparing silver sufficiency to Alder sufficiency, in my opinion.
Yeah, but a lot of silver scaling also comes from speed, which he doesn't give himself. Consider that as well.
Eh? What? Oh
A
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
silver
yeah, yeah,
scaling
yeah.
comes
Okay,
from
okay,
his
okay.
speed.
I mean, still that doesn't.
He still has access to fast track though.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Like,
And
more often than not. Yeah.
whether you like it or not, he pairs better with his cousin, which gives him
As you wish.
speed anyway. But I mean, I don't care. I just brought up Alder like to know if you
I
guys
mean, I don't mind
like
it that
better.
much. Just that I do think that if you value the comp over the other facets, I do think Relay should drop as well.
I
Especially
mean,
since he
Lily
also
comp,
dropped.
in my opinion, the Lily, girly comp is better than whatever you want to do with that guy. So the
And
argument doesn't even stand either.
what do you mean though? Like his nuke is just better.
But I don't.
He
You're talking about the comp. Lily, Cynthia, Lusamin.
yeah, the gauge of that comp doesn't exist.
What? But what?
Does it not? Most people
It
like.
doesn't exist because I don't know why people greed or whatnot. But you just press 2 or 3 move in the game and it's over.
Yeah, it's a place where Shadow Force 4 gauge is actually
Yeah.
viable. Lily damage compensates for the.
I do have the video of me playing it somewhere. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, it's not important. I just think it's kind of
No,
weird that.
no, it's kind of mimicom, but you are just saying like you are saying his comp is better than hers, which I just disagree with. That's what I meant.
Fair enough.
There's also Lily's other utilities. She has health benefits for taking strong sinks. She
Yep,
does have potion for
she
cleaning
does have
orders.
potion. Yeah,
Investing
no,
for
honestly, I really prefer her. I mean, not like that much, but I don't know where it was. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But
Yeah, I don't have to.
I know, but
sync damage twice
I
as
like
well.
seeing it again. Oh, there was the off type one. No, I think the order is fine. Yeah, I think I didn't even press moves, like it just one sync, one shadow force, and one moon. That's it. Yeah. And then she has the free move and it finishes the stage. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, just the sync almost.
Yeah.
Sure.
Who needs coach? Well, I mean, it's Master Model. You probably wouldn't play this comp on a legendary arena, but. Anyways. Anything else? I mean, we already talked DD for more than 1 hour, so. I think we're fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Alright. 2 hours and 20 minutes.